in Iraq. No amount of medals, ribbons, or flags can cover the amount of human suffering caused by these wars. We don't want this garbage. We want our human rights. We want our right to heal.
My name's Jason Missoula. I graduated high school in 2002, and thinking that we had to protect our ports, I wound up first enlisting in the Coast Guard. I spent 4 years in active duty, and in my time, I started to feel guilty because my friends were going on multiple deployments to Iraq and Afghanistan and other branches, and I was doing things as an 18-year-old being led by men 10 years older than me that the Secret Service recently got in trouble for. So then I get out, I go to college for a semester, and feeling guilty for spending time partying in the Caribbean and having to see Haitians, Dominicans floating in the water and wondering why they're there, why are they leaving, and starting to ask these questions. All right, so then I go into the National Guard, sign up for a 1-year contract, which they allowed me. They sent me to New Mexico, to the desert for 1 month, and then to Vermont for 2 weeks, and after that I was an infantryman, and then I was sent over to Iraq, and I spent just under 6 months driving a truck, playing God, after 2 weeks of infantry training, and we fortunately were redeployed home early, and since then I've used my GI Bill to study political science and American studies, and it's helped me humanize people all around the world, because one of the first friends I made is Palestinian, and I spent the summer in West Bank, and I learned, for the first time, I learned a little bit what it feels like to be on the receiving end when I was tear gassed in a little village just south of Ramallah, Bilin, I believe. But so I apologize. One of my favorite new poets says, affirm life, affirm life, affirm life. That's absolutely what we have to do. And the only medal I'm going to keep is the humanitarian service one I got for being in New Orleans, because that's the only thing that we should be doing as humans.
I'm David Van Dam. I was in the U.S. Navy. I'm a GI resistor. I got an other than honorable discharge, and I want to say that their policies are other than honorable. And I'm honorable, and all the GI resistors that refuse to fight in unjust wars are honorable. This is in solidarity for all GI resistors of unjust wars. Chicago!
My name is Mark Strudis. I'm from Chesterton, Indiana. I just wanted to say thank you for being understanding, inviting, and wonderful. Even these guys in black and blue.
Welcome.
It's a good conduct medal.
I'm Jacob Crawford. I went to Iraq and Afghanistan, and when they gave me these medals, I knew they were meaningless. I only regret not starting to speak up about how silly the war is sooner. I'm giving these back. Free Bradley Manning.
My name is Jason Hurd. I spent 10 years in the United States Army as a combat medic. I deployed to Baghdad in 2004. I'm here to return my Global War on Terrorism Service Medal in solidarity with the people of Iraq and the people of Afghanistan. I am deeply sorry for the destruction that we have caused in those countries and around the globe. I am proud to stand on this stage with my fellow veterans and my Afghan sisters. These were lies. I'm giving them back.
My name is Chris Moberg. I was part of the invasion of Iraq in 2003. And out of love and respect, out of the Iraqi people and the people of Afghanistan, I'm going to return these representations of hate and destruction back where they came from.
My name is Jacob Flom. I was in the Air Force from 03 to 07. And I joined the military so I could pay to go to college because it's the working class who fights the ruling class's wars. But I'm not fighting for imperialism anymore. I'm fighting against imperialism. And this is dedicated to all the courageous people who are under attack by the FBI. Carlos Montes and the Anti-War 23.
My name is Raymond Knable, and I'm here to return my medals.
NATO, the USA government, and Israel need to be held accountable for the war crimes, genocide, torture, and drone attacks. I'm returning my medals. And they can have them.
My name is Stephen Lund. I'm a two-time Iraq combat veteran. This medal I'm dedicating to the children of Iraq that no longer have fathers and mothers.
My name is Sean, and I was a nuclear biological chemical specialist for a war that didn't have any weapons of mass destruction. So I deserted. I'm one of 40,000 people that left the United States Armed Forces because this is a lie.
My name is Steve Atchison. I'm from Campbellsport, Wisconsin. I was a forward observer in the United States Army for just under 5 years. I deployed to Sadr City, Iraq in 2005. And I'm giving back my medals for the children of Iraq and Afghanistan. May they be able to forgive us for what we've done to them. May we begin to heal, and may we live in peace from here until eternity.
My name's Phil, I'm from Atlanta, and the reason why I'm throwing my medal back is because we are the global 99%, and we refuse to be silenced from Egypt back here to Chicago.
Hello, my name is Michael Thurman. I was a conscientious objector from the United States Air Force. I'm returning my Global War on Terrorism medal and my military coins on behalf of Private First Class Bradley Manning, who sacrificed everything to show us the truth about these wars.
My name is Greg Brocious. I'm from Columbus, Ohio. I now reside in the beautiful city of Chicago, Illinois, that today is not quite as beautiful because NATO is here. And I'm here to return my medals because I cannot stand in solidarity and peace with my brothers and sisters in Iraq and Afghanistan as long as I wear them.
My name is Sabrina Waller. I'm a United States Navy veteran. I deployed under NATO orders to Kosovo in '99. I'm also a mother of an 11-year-old. For over 10 years of his life, we've been waging war. And the only fight that I want to participate in is the fight to ensure that my son and his generation never have to fight another war.
My name is Matt Southworth. I served in the U.S. Army in 2004 in Iraq. I'm returning my medals today because under the guise of freedom and democracy, I stole the humanity of the Iraqi people and lost mine. We are on the right side of history.
My name is Matt Howard. I served in the United States Marine Corps from 2001 to 2006 and in Iraq twice. I'm turning in my campaign service, Iraq Campaign Service Medal and Global War on Terror Service and Expeditionary Medals for all my brothers and sisters affected with traumatic brain injury, military sexual trauma, and post-traumatic stress disorder.
My name is Brian Reinholdt. I'm from Kentucky. I'm a former sergeant of the U.S. Army. Former sergeant of the U.S. Army. Proud member of Iraq Veterans Against the War. And I'm taking these things off, all of them. I encourage you to refuse to.
I'm Mark. I haven't been too convinced of anything the last 7 years except for the fact that I've been hurting. And I have three daughters, Sanel, Leah, and Nora. And I'm convinced looking out across this crowd of peace-loving people that my daughters are going to have peace.
Hi, my name is Zach Laporte, and I'm an Iraq War veteran from Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Thank you. I'm giving back my medals today because I feel like I was duped into an illegal war that was sold to me on the guise that I was going to be liberating the Iraqi people, when instead of liberating the people, I was liberating their oil fields.
My name is Rachel McNeil. I served in the military for almost 8 years as a sergeant, and I'm returning this medal today because it's time to restore America's honor and renounce this war on terror.
Yeah! America never had honor.
My name is Jacob George. I'm from the Ouachita Mountains in Arkansas. I'm a 3-tour veteran of the Afghan War, paratrooper and sergeant. And I have one word for this global war on terrorism declaration, and that is shame.
My name is Scott Olson. With me, my Global War on Terror Medal, Operation Iraqi Freedom Medal, National Defense Medal, and Marine Corps Good Conduct Medal. These medals, once upon a time, made me feel good about what I was doing. They made me feel like I was doing the right thing. And I came back to reality, and I don't want these anymore.
I'm Joshua, I'm a member of IVAW, and I'm from Chicago. And honestly, friends, I'm here to tell you that I blame myself first. I should have done my homework, should have realized the lies before I participated in them. So this symbolic act, this throwing of the medal, is for all those people out there who are wondering why we're doing it. Do your homework.
My name is Richard Stroder, and I'm from Auburn, Alabama, and I'm here to say that war is a racket!
My name is Todd Dennis. I served in the United States Navy. I have PTSD. I'm returning my Navy and Marine Corps Achievement Medal because it was given to me according to my letter because of hard work and dedication and setting the example. I was a hard worker because I buried my PTSD and overworked myself in the military. And I'm throwing this back and invoking my right to heal.
My name is Michael Applegate. I was in the United States Navy from 1998 to 2006, and I'm returning my medal today because I want to live by my conscience rather than being a prisoner of it.
My name is Nate. I served in the U.S. Navy from 1999 to 2003 and participated in the invasions of Iraq and Afghanistan. I was wrong to sign myself up for that. I apologize to the Iraqi and Afghani people for destroying your countries.
My name is Joshua Shepard. I spent 6 years in the United States Navy. These are not mine. They never were. They're instruments of control from this government. I will not continue to trade my humanity for false heroism.
My name is Brock McIntosh. I was in the Army National Guard and served in Afghanistan from November 08 to August 09. 2 months ago, I visited the monument at Ground Zero for my first time with 2 Afghans. A tragic monument. I'm going to toss this medal today for the 33,000 civilians who died in Afghanistan that won't have a monument built for them. And this is for the Afghan Youth Peace Volunteers.
My name is John Anderson. I did 2 deployments to Iraq, and all of this destruction was not necessary. And now we will bring it to an end, because another world is possible. We are unstoppable! Another world is possible! We are unstoppable! Another world is possible!
I'm Graham Clemner. I'm an Army veteran. I spent a good amount of time in Afghanistan, and I just want everybody to look around. Take a second to look around. Look next to you right now. I'm talking to the police officers. I'm talking about everybody out here. There are thousands of people out here for something important. we're having a conversation for the first time in a long time. For many of us, for the first time. And I want to say that all of us, in some way or another, are trying to serve this great land that we live in. But it's only great because of what we do with it. And sometimes we make mistakes. And the way we change that is we admit our mistakes and we take responsibility for our mistakes. And we change and we become better and we do it together. So I'm returning my global war on terrorism medal because I don't fight wars on adjectives.
My name is Vince Emanuele and I served with the United States Marine Corps. First and foremost, this is for the people of Iraq and Afghanistan. Second of all, this is for our real forefathers. I'm talking about the Student Nonviolent Coordinating Committee. I'm talking about the Black Panthers. I'm talking about the Civil Rights Movement. I'm talking about unions. I'm talking about our socialist brothers and sisters. Our communist brothers and sisters. Our anarchist brothers and sisters. Our ecology brothers and sisters. That's who our real forefathers are. And lastly, and most importantly, our enemies are not 7,000 miles from home. They sit in boardrooms. They are CEOs. They are bankers. They are hedge fund managers. They do not live 7,000 miles from home. Our enemies are right here, and we look at them every day. They are not the men and women who are standing on this police line. They are the millionaires and billionaires who control this planet, and we've had enough of it. So they can take their medals back.
My name is Chuck Wynant. I'm here on behalf of 6 good Americans who really wanted to be here, but they couldn't be. They couldn't be because when they came to the U.S. border, they'd be immediately arrested. And the crime they'd be arrested for was refusing to continue to participate in the crimes against the people of Iraq and Afghanistan. And these good Americans who are exiled now from this country, who deserve amnesty, are Private Christian Carr of the U.S. Marine Corps, Private Kim Rivera, Army, Combat Action Band, refused redeployment to Iraq, Corporal John B. Brockway, U.S. Marine Corps, Combat Action Badge, refused redeployment to Iraq, Specialist Jules Tindungan, Combat Infantryman's Badge, Paratrooper, refused redeployment to Afghanistan. Sergeant Corey Glass, Army, refused redeployment to Iraq. And Sergeant Chris Vesey, Paratrooper, CIB, refused redeployment to Afghanistan. I have their awards in my pocket, and I'm throwing them back mad as hell.
My name is Aaron Hughes. I served in the Illinois Army National Guard from 2000 to 2006. This medal right here, it's for Anthony Wagner. He died last year. This medal right here, it's for the 1/3 of the women in the military that are sexually assaulted by their peers. We talk about standing up for our sisters. We talk about standing up for our sisters in Afghanistan, and we can't even take care of our sisters here. This medal right here, it's because I'm sorry. I'm sorry to all of you. I'm sorry.
My name is Alejandro Villatoro. Sergeant, I went to took part of the invasion of Iraq in 2003 and Afghanistan in 2011. Believe me, I was a soldier. I was a squared away soldier, and I really believed in this mission. And I learned the Army values: loyalty, duty, respect, selfless service, honor, integrity, and personal courage. But after my experience, I realized that there is no integrity. Integrity, do what's legally and morally right, and we failed. So there is no honor in these wars. There's just shame. I would like to thank everybody that came here and supported these veterans. They made history for the second time. And I want you to remember this moment, and your children and your grandchildren and the next generations. Let's stop these wars. Group, attention. About face. Take me.
Hello, Chicago! I am absolutely amazed to see the amount of people that have gathered here from all over the world, united to call against the occupation by these fellows, these NATO fellows. Now, I myself have come here from Toronto and am truly inspired not only by the solidarity between Afghans for Peace and the Iraq veterans against the war, but also amongst every single person present here today. Now, I am here representing two identities. First, I am the child of Afghan refugees who have had to flee their motherland to escape the brutalities of a war that was fueled by the same actors destroying the country today. Second, I am a Canadian who, like Americans, has seen unemployment skyrocket, the price of tuition on the rise, and the livelihoods of the average citizen worsening, while our taxpayer dollars are being shipped off in the billions to wage war on a people that have been through too much already. The very people who cause us to suffer here are active in oppressing the Afghans, the Libyans, the Iraqis, the Haitians, the Palestinians, just to name a few. My family is paying my own government to help slaughter my own people back home. I am here to say that I have had enough. Afghans have had enough. They are sick and tired of being nameless, faceless beings. Sick and tired of being treated as collateral damage. Sick and tired of 11 long years of this war with no end in sight. We don't want another Abdullah whose fingers were chopped off and used as trophies of war. We don't want another Fatima who has had her face burned by acid for trying to get an education. We don't want another Najib and his entire family being killed in a drone strike. And we certainly don't want another little 5-year-old Zainab left to fend for herself as she watches as her mother is raped by forces while her father has a barrel of a gun shoved in his mouth. We don't want our country to be burnt to ashes over and over again by NATO bombs. We don't want it anymore, and we can't have it anymore. Now, these Western leaders have played enough games with Afghanistan. The people here, the people of Chicago, the people of the United States, the people of Canada, and the people around the world, it is time that we unite and we say that enough is enough. Obama, Harper, Karzai, and all other NATO leaders, we demand the end of the occupation of Afghanistan. We demand the removal of all troops from that land now. And we demand an end to the war machine. sustainability, peace, and ultimately a future that is free from imperialist wars of aggression.
I need a microphone. Chicago, people of the world, I wish you could see what I'm seeing right now. Flags of all colors and people of all walks of life stand before me. I am overwhelmed and amazed and hopeful for a better future because you are a part of history in the making right now. Take a look at who's standing next to you. Remember their face on this day. This day is history. To all the participants of this rally, thank you. To all the veterans who stand against the war, and to all war machine resistors, thank you. On behalf of Afghans all over the world, thank you. And to the dispatchers and journalists and correspondents, you have walked with us all along the way from the beginning in this march. You are a part of this history. You are recording everything for the world to see. Those who are not here, thank you. My name is Saba Meher, and I am a daughter of refugees. I have never seen my ancestral lands, but I will address you all dispatchers. I will address you all to bring the Afghan voice here today. To all dispatchers, before I offer you my reaction to the midnight raid and slaughter of my brothers and sisters in Afghanistan by a reported all too drunk and overstressed soldier, I ask you, what is good enough for a massacred people? They say, let us use pilgrimages to hedge as a front for reparations. To all dispatchers, what is good enough for you, your family, or my family? Afghan good enough. When the occupying forces do not even know our Afghan names, and name for us the one entitled to decree what is good enough for an Afghan other than the Afghan. Mr. and Mrs. Dispatcher, excuse me for my lack of sympathy, but an apology just won't do because my fingertips trace rusted circles around nothing endlessly, and I wonder where these traces will take me. Where will they take me? I wonder if this is the way it's supposed to be, to trace nothing but blood while wishing away hopelessly. While wishing away hopelessly. Tell me, you want to understand? You want to understand how 1,000 times over isn't enough? 30 more years of ripping skin, decades of choked pain that drains the color from the flesh, that torments the mind and eats through the nerves. Do you want to understand how it feels when your mother is raped with bullets and your father's every cell locked in steel? Do you? Huh? Do you? How every dream for peace in return is slapped with the reality of a brand that burned? How every morning prayer is split into 77 consecutive funerals in my mana, but not before every corpse is dragged on the back of a pickup truck to the governor of Kandahar, because bunker buster bombs beheaded the orphans in Nangarhar, because the drill of rocket attacks launched from Bagram left a permanent drum in Oriona's bleeding ear, and she can't fall asleep at night without the lull of a tomcat's drone. She can't make it in the day if her cries aren't met with roadside roar. You want to know, do you, that even the wind has a color in Afghanistan? The color of soot-covered rose, the color of soot-covered rose. Because the earth has no stomach to house casualties of war. We are not ghosts. We are not ghosts. Our flesh will return to the earth to remind you of our mortality. She will spit back every martyred man, woman, and baby to join us in an undying army commanded to sing, live, resist, dance, chant, breathe, attend, exist, and love you. Yes, we will love you, even when 1,600-pound bombs are deployed to break our backs. We will love you, even when element, gung-ho, warmongering, Bible muttering, Afghan blood on your hands, U.S. manipulated and lost soldier. We will love you. Because love, not hatred, is the irrepressible spring that outlasts occupation. Wanna understand? Go ahead, raid villages and execute unborn children. Smash skulls and drifting doves. The wind rippled and blood ripples and blood. I smell the putrid stench of the NATO's calculated worth. When a mother screams to her death before giving birth, calculate that worth while her husband convulsively moans as she bleeds, drones drowning dreams. How you want to understand? Do you, Mr. and Mrs. Dispatcher? We are living, breathing dead bodies. No war machines, pre-calculated executions will carpet bomb us into submission. The U.S. and NATO war of liberation is no more liberated than our dead is no more liberated than our last breath. We respectfully ask all of you to bow your heads in a moment of silence for 1 minute.